I'm here.
That's everyone. Let's get right to it then. There's something I'd like to explain.
So you finished repairing the smartphone?
Yes, technically.
Technically. Wait, is it fixed or not?
I'll get to that. But I need to explain things in order. First, about the data I recovered. There was indeed data on the phone concerning the Purple Covenant. I'll summarize the contents.
Before you do, why meet here of all places?
Because the location is convenient.
Uh-huh.
Keep going, Fig.
Right. I suppose I'll get straight to the point. The Purple Covenant is inside of you, Arrow.
Huh? Me?
Wait, didn't we watch that thing get destroyed or something? How did it end up inside him?
Let's hear what Fig has to say.
Arrow, you used to be one of Mangetsu's assistants during his research on the Covenants.
What?
But shortly after you relocated, the Covenant research facility was raided. And by none other than Iron Mask. Among those present at the facility was Mangetsu, who held the Purple Covenant, his assistant, who held the Blue, and you, Arrow. You were there as well. But Mangetsu's assistant was killed by Iron Mask, and the Blue Covenant was taken. Mangetsu knew that it was only a matter of time before they came for the Purple Covenant, too. So it was at that moment he chose to put 3 different branches of his research into practice. The first was the duplication of a covenant. The second was the transfer of a covenant. And the third was the sealing of a covenant. Following his own theory, Mangetsu duplicated the Purple Covenant. In other words, he made a copy, or to be even more precise, a dummy. After which, Mangetsu absorbed the dummy. He then concentrated the real Purple Covenant into his arm and cut it off, allowing it to transfer to you, Arrow.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You can take a covenant just by hacking off a limb? The hell? I basically died for nothing then.
If you treat your will, or rather, your soul, as the core of the body's senses, then yes, it's possible, in theory. However, it would have required intense mental training to perform. You wouldn't have been able to learn it in just a day or two.
So by sacrificing his arm, he essentially tricked the Covenant. No, he tricked his own body into thinking it was dead.
I referenced this theory when I transferred the Yellow Covenant to myself, too. And not only that, I'd never have been able to generate the virus without the findings Mangetsu left us.
Guess he technically got his revenge in the end then. Even dying couldn't stop his plans. No wonder they called him a legend. And that's why Mangetsu was keeping tabs on Arrow too. He was keeping track of the Purple Covenant.
Correct. And this is also when I discovered that Zenin was only carrying the dummy Mangetsu created all that time ago. That's why I was able to give the Yellow Covenant to Iron Mask.
This also explains why the Purple Covenant disappeared despite them being indestructible. It's because it was never a covenant to begin with.
But wait, I can't have a covenant inside me. If I did, Fig or Zenin would have seen it.
That's where the third branch of Mangetsu's research comes into play. The sealing of a covenant.
Sealing?
After the covenant was transferred to you, Arrow, Mangetsu sealed it.
Are you kidding? Now it's like you can do just about anything you want with covenants.
That's our fault for making assumptions about them when we really didn't understand anything yet. This is the life's work of a true expert. We should be thankful someone put in the time and effort so we don't have to. Alright, Fig. What's next?
Right. It just so happens that when a covenant is sealed, it loses its light and can no longer be sensed from the outside.
Meaning the holder wouldn't be able to sense other covenants either, huh? But how does that relate to memory loss?
The exact cause is unclear, but it appears to be a side effect from the sealing. It seems this coincided with Mangetsu's goal to hide the covenant. Mangetsu's smartphone included details on the unsealing process as well, but unfortunately, I was unable to restore that data.
Oh.
So some things are impossible even for Ion.
When it comes to magic, very few actual experiences have been recorded. Even with my abilities, I couldn't approximate the data gaps left by the damage.
But we can't just give up. Right, Fig?
Right. If we could observe Mangetsu sealing the Purple Covenant inside of Arrow for ourselves, then we would have the actual experience we need. That should be enough to replicate the unsealing process.
By unsealing the Covenant, Arrow's memories will return, and the Soul Matrix will normalize.
Ah, so that's why we're here. So we gotta operate on Arrow's soul again. Makes sense.
Operate.
So, how are we supposed to view Arrow's lost memories?
We'll create a temporary bridge across the memory gap. We can then try to access the memories on the other side.
There was a weird gap that only appeared in Arrow's soul matrix. But there was no way across, no matter where I looked. I bet that's where we find the path to those memories on the Purple Covenant. Do you remember that one time when I collapsed?
Yeah, it was right after I came back to life. It was pretty freaky.
That was caused by Arrow's missing memories too, wasn't it?
Affirmative.
So, what are the risks?
Building a temporary bridge is an untested measure. It is currently unclear what potential effects this could have on Arrow's mind. And of course, the same risk applies to Ringo as well, since her mind is linked to his.
Great, so it's a total shot in the dark. What's the plan, Ringo?
We break the seal. That runs us the risk of getting discovered, but it also allows us to track down Iron Mask. But, having said that, this is about you, Arrow. So I think you should be the one to decide.
Could I have some time to think about it? This is a lot to take in all at once. I need to clear my head.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's regroup later then.